In this video for Positive Maths, we're going to be learning about factors and HCF, or highest common factor. So first of all, what is a factor? A factor is a number that divides evenly into another number. So let's look at an example. We're going to find the factors of 12. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Usually how we start out finding these numbers is we start off with our number 12. Okay, and we start from 1 and we divide numbers into it. So we go 12 divided by 1 gives us 12. Therefore 1 is a factor. We have 12 divided by 2 gives us 6. It divides in evenly, so therefore 2 is a factor. But we'll also start to note that the answers that we get are also factors. So 12 is a factor and 6 is a factor. So we continue on. 12 divided by 3 will give us 4. So 3 and 4 are factors. So we call these really paired factors. So 3 multiplied by 4 we know gives us 12. So we say 3 and 4 are called factor pairs. Two other things to note. 1 is always a factor of any number, like we have here. 1 is a factor of 12. And the other thing to note is that every number is a factor of itself. So what that means is that 12 is a factor of 12. So if we just take another small example, we'll look at the number 14. We will always know that 1 will always be a factor of 14, and 14 will always be a factor. And there are others as well. So let's go through these examples of true or false questions. So the first one, 4 is a factor of 25. We have to check, does 4 divide in evenly into 25? It doesn't, so therefore we're saying false. Does 9 divide in evenly? Is it a factor? False. Does 3 divide in evenly to 33? Well, 33 divided by 3 gives us 11, so true. 6 is a factor of 16. False. 7 is a factor of 63, so it does divide in evenly, and it gives us 9, therefore it's true. 9 is a factor of 63. It does divide evenly, it gives us 7, so it's also true. What we will notice is that 9 and 7 then are factor pairs of 63. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is identify the paired factors of the following numbers. We're just going to come up with one example for each. So for 6, paired factors could be 3 and 2. For 12, we could have 4 by 3. For 5, we have 5 by 1. For 36, we have 6 by 6. And for 84, we could have 4 by 21. So these are our paired factors. Now we're going to discuss the highest common factor, or HCF. The highest common factor is the biggest or the highest factor that will divide into 2 or more numbers. So we're going to look at an example. We're going to find the highest common factor of 12 and 16. Before we do this, we're going to break down what we need to do into 3 steps. The first thing that we need to do is list the factors for both numbers. The second thing we need to do is find the common factors. Okay, and then the last thing, step 3, is find the highest common factor. So what you'll notice here really is that it's like we're working backwards from the title. The first thing we do is find the factor, then we find the common factor, and then we find the highest common factor. Okay, so step 1, we're listing our factors of 12 and 16. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. And we have 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. Next thing we do is identify the common factors. So this is really the numbers that are common to both lists. So 1, 2 and 4. And then the last thing we need to do is to identify the highest common factor. So this is just the biggest number, which we can see is 4. So for another example, we're going to find the highest common factor of 3 numbers this time. 18, 27 and 36. First thing we do again, we write down all of the factors. So that's our first step. The next thing we are going to do is identify the common factors. And then the last thing we're going to do, identify the highest common factor. Okay, so starting off, we're going to list the factors of 18. Sometimes what people find easiest is to list them by their paired factors. Okay, so we're going to start off with 1 and 18, 2 and 9, we have 3 and 6. For 27, we have 1 and 27, and we have 3 and 9. And then for 36, we have 1 and 36. We have 2 and 8. We have 3 and 12. 4 and 9. And we have 6 and 6. Okay, so now we need to identify the common factors. So we go through and we really kind of check off which numbers are common to all lists. So what people kind of find easiest sometimes is to just circle the ones that are common. So 1 is common. We have 3 is common to all lists. And we also have 9. Okay, so our common factors, these are 1, 3, and 9. And now we need to just identify the highest common factor, which is 9. So for more information, news and videos, you can find us at www.PositiveMaths.ie, or you can email us at info@PositiveMaths.ie. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching.